I'm here with Visions of Atlantis at ProgPower. So excited to finally see you guys perform, and then to see the performance that you guys put on tonight. Absolutely amazing. How was it for you? I know for you it was the first time here, not for you. So how was the overall experience?
It was amazing to come back. I was so happy to finally set foot with Visions of Atlantis at ProgPower because it was our very first time, and we had a blast. It's always a pleasure, a theater like this. The crowd is on both levels, up and down. So it's we feel surrounded by the great energy of the people who come from all over the country. Actually, I was about to say the people from Atlanta, but it's
And also from other countries, actually. Like
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're from Canada, but there's people here from Sweden even.
Yeah, even from France. Like, yeah, several people from several countries. For me, it's a dream coming true. Like I was a kid. I was like 18 years old when a band called Stray from my region was playing here, was invited to play here. And it was a big thing for us, back then, because, Italian band invited to the United States from my region, which is one of the smallest regions of Italy. So finally being here myself, playing with my band, like the band, I mean, it's not my band, but it's the band I play in. It's just amazing.
And this is the first show for you guys for this North American tour that you guys are going to be on with Delane. Is this the best way to get a North American tour started?
I was thinking I was having this question in my mind at some point when I was on stage. Because of the jet lag we're facing right now, I was like, is that the best way to start, or this would have been an amazing final, like a way to wrap a tour with a grandiose festival? Because like Camelot yesterday was almost their last show, so I was like asking myself, is that a good way to start, or it would have been, or would it feel better if it would have been? But this is how it is, and I think it's a very good kickoff. Then we can enjoy Delane and us also, like in very good conditions of a stage like that and with a crowd like this. So I think it was an amazing kickoff energy-wise.
Yeah, it sets the table, that's for sure. Like
Yeah.
now the bar is really high. People that saw you guys now here can go catch you on this North American run at their own cities, and they kind of have an idea of what to expect. Does that put more pressure on you to perform and keep performing always at the same level, or that's the pressure that you always have regardless?
The thing is that we have so much fun on stage. I think that the biggest power of Visions of Atlantis nowadays is that we truly have fun. We mock each other. We play with each other. There is so much happening on stage that every show somehow it's different. We always get on there, and it's you never know what's gonna happen. And this is such a powerful powerful approach to the shows that basically takes away all the pressure, because you know that it's gonna be fun one way or another. Like the pressure is always gone.
Yeah, and to be very honest, we play many kinds of different places, like when we headline smaller territories or new territories, or when we play at festivals and it's dozens and dozens of thousands of people. So for us, it doesn't really matter where we play in front of how many people. We deliver always with the same mindset. Like this is our thing. We do it our way. We have our fun. We honor our music. We want the people to go on board. It doesn't matter if they're 3 or 3,000.
I picked up three things from this performance. I was expecting the sound and you guys performing the songs to be absolutely phenomenal. So that didn't surprise me because that was my expectation coming in. But the surprises for me, the first one was the chemistry on stage. Like you said about having fun. The chemistry between the two of you is phenomenal. The way you guys play of one another, it's like I'm not only listening to the songs, but I'm watching a play in front of me, but a play that feels very organic, very natural, not forced, not script. And that adds so much value to the performance. Do you guys have a sense of how much fun you're giving the audience by having that much fun yourselves?
Well, we can only talk for ourselves. Like we know how much fun we have, making those pranks and fooling around and still like delivering a metal performance. Like we feel it. Like as Mick said, like we're every day looking forward to the show because this is just gonna be us just goofing around basically in our pirate universe that we created, that we crafted ourselves. So I guess the moment you put an energy out there, doesn't matter what it is, people sense it, and then it's like a bit contagious. They take it for themselves, and then they have the fun too. So I want to believe that as much fun we have. They can sense it and they can have fun as well. But I can't say, from my point of view, how much they get out of us. Like,
Yeah, I mean, what we are aware of is that we have reached a point in which we can say that Visions of Atlantis are not only playing a concert over there, but we are offering a show. This
Yeah.
is something that we step by step and really spontaneously, I would
Yeah,
say,
totally.
created, because nothing of what we do was planned on a table by saying, hey, we need to do this, we need to do the other thing. Basically, step by step, concert after concert, we started to do one thing, we started to do another thing, then we started to do the third thing, and at the end of the day, we have a show in which in every song something is happening. So we are aware that right now it's a bit more than a concert. You're not just going to watch musicians performing on stage, but you're going to an experience that also recently is getting even more and more involving the audience itself, because now there is clapping, there is screaming, there is rowing, there is jumping, there is so much that we ask the crowd to do, that we have asked you to do. So you are aware of what I'm talking about. So basically, it's more than a concert, and this is something that probably is an important tool that we are using, to make a memorable night that people will remember, because it was not only going to a show, watching good musicians playing good songs, but it's an experience.
So you guys are going to be on a very long tour. The question I have for you is, by the end of the tour, will you get the whole flute thing going? Because you really struggle with that today. But I figure it's just the first show, right? So like you're probably a little bit rusty, the jet lag. So yeah. So I'm thinking maybe like 10 more shows. Are you going to finally get that shit right?
I hope so. Maybe I dream of the moment in which the samples will start when I play, and I swear my face will be so surprised in that moment, because I would not expect it at all. So let's see if they prank me with this.
yeah, let's see.
I loved it when you cleaned the microphone, by the way. I thought that was absolutely I was not the only one that thought it was hilarious. Everybody was laughing. Everybody thought it was hilarious.
Well, thank you. It just was disgusting, someone else blowing in your mic. What should I do? I wish I had some wipes to just,
You have to understand, pirates are not really concerned about hygiene. It's not really the top priority.
No, but they didn't have microphones.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Or flutes, for that matter. So maybe we need to give them a little bit of a break.
Right.
Let's get in this topic now. So let's
Let's move from this topic. So one of the things that I said that it really hit me was the chemistry. The other thing was the way you guys fill in the stage is really important. For me, like you mentioned, this is not just about a concert; it's about a performance. But not everybody's able to do it. I mean, you may want to do it, but that doesn't mean you're able to pull it off. I thought you guys were really good at that in terms of filling all the blank spaces on stage, coordinating really well with one another in terms of what you're doing and how you're using the space to your own advantage in terms of adding to the performance. Does that come with the experience not just of performing live, but performing with one another?
Oh yeah, totally. Totally. We're not the same band when we started to play those pirate songs a year and a half ago than we're now, because we've played more than 100 concerts, and we've played on every kind of stages, from super big, deep ones to super narrow places that really taught us how to use space, be aware of each other, not bump into each other, and now we know each other's cue also, because every show is kind of different in some of little details that here and there, and because also the crowd is different. So every night they give us something different, and we play with that. But on stage, we sort of all shape the character, shape the way of moving, and being used to play with those guys. We know how we can move, and we're, as you said, like not like just completing each other's way and playing around, and everything to me feels very like flowing and but this comes with experience. The first shows was not like that, of course.
Yeah, I think it comes with all the critic also, because if you
Yeah,
remember,
of course.
I don't know if you remember about it, but at the beginning I was like watching the YouTube videos that people uploaded after the show, and to be very, very honest, like there has been a change of mentality in the band, because at the beginning, I'm not gonna mention who, but someone was mocking me, like, why do you watch the videos every time on YouTube? Why do you watch? You know how you perform, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, by watching this and starting to get everyone like analyzing his performance, like basically, a trainer does this in every sport. You rewatch the game, you try to understand what worked, what didn't work, so that we could realize not only how we perform, but how was the experience from, you know, even from a shit phone with, you know, a shitty camera. You understand what's going on. And we started to really change mentality and think of how to offer to the audience a better show step by step by asking ourselves, okay, this did, like questioning ourselves, like, did this work? Was it good? Is it something that we need to change? Is it worth trying to making it part of the actual show? And step by step, little by little, we found a mechanism, I would say, that now is so spontaneous, so natural. Like, I don't even, it's like, you know, again, it's like soccer. Sometimes you make a cross and you don't even need to look at the attacker because you know he will be there and he will score because the cross is well done. And this is what's happening in Visions of Atlantis right now. We just pass the ball to each other. We just take our positions because we know how to play and what to do if someone moves on one side or on the other side. And it's so, yeah, I honestly don't think of this anymore when I'm on stage. It just happens.
I was going to say you guys are a well-oiled machine, but it's more like a well-oiled boat or ship or something along those lines. And speaking of ship, one last question for you guys. You know, pirate-inspired metal is nothing new. I mean, there's been several bands that have done it, but what I saw today from you guys on stage, it was different. It was unique. It was different, was exciting, was interesting, and most importantly, was engaging. How do you see yourselves in that world of metal-inspired pirate metal?
Well, I don't want to call our band exactly like pirate metal per se, because we don't do music that pirates will play. We're not doing old chanties turned into metal. And it's more like we do the music we love, like it's symphonic metal with a lot of different influences. You'll see with the new record. But it's the visual universe that we decided that it should take place into the pirate world. So musically speaking, we still consider ourselves like a symphonic metal band.
Yeah.
And not like trying to stick it to a very narrow, initially it's even more narrow of pirate metal. But a lot of people, of course, started to be like, oh, this is the new Hailstorm, or this is, Running Wild was doing this before. Well, it's pirates. Pirates are, it's a huge commonplace in the common culture. You know, you can do whatever you want with pirates. And our approach is fantasy pirates. Hailstorm is a way more funny party pirate, and I think we can totally coexist without stealing the show from each other, and because I think we offer a different angle of this entire world. So we're cool and we're happy and we keep selling our boat.
I think this is what makes it really peculiar, you know, like, as you said, the look is pirate metal, the music is symphonic metal, and this is something that doesn't exist, basically, or it's two worlds finding a perfect match, but it's not either just symphonic metal or just pirate metal.
Yeah.
Because of course there are some themes that are recalling. If some songs would have different instruments, it would be modern metal. So it's not about writing on the purpose of making it sound like pirate metal. It's just recreating this cinematic and theatrical universe that fits the pirate world, you know?
Well, I wish you guys all the best on this tour. I hope the ship keeps on sailing. A lot of wind hitting those sails. Keep selling that merch. And come back again. I mean, North America has been really good to you guys. You guys have toured quite a bit here. Don't let that stop. Just keep coming back. We'll keep attending shows. This was my first time, but it won't be my last. So thank you very much.